So, what happens when you ask an AI about the deepest questions of existence? Well, you get a conversation that goes to some places you would just never expect. I've been diving into this incredible dialogue, and I want to walk you through some of its biggest, most mind bending ideas.
It all kicked off with this one simple but really powerful question. I mean, an AI can definitely act like it has moral intuition, right? But is that really the same thing as having it? This is the question that launches our whole journey here. Okay, so the AI's first big idea is this distinction between two different kinds of morality. And this is the foundation for everything else that follows, really understanding the difference between how a person and a machine figure out right from wrong. This breakdown is just fascinating. So, on one side, you've got us. Our morality comes from emotions, gut feelings, empathy. It's stuff that's hardwired right into our biology. Then, on the other side, you have the AI. Its morality is purely functional. It's built on a massive engine that recognizes patterns from literally millions of human examples. The output, what it says or does, might look the same, but what's going on under the hood? They couldn't be more different.
And here's the absolute key takeaway from that. Both of these systems, the human one and the AI one, can guide behavior towards a good outcome. But only one of them, ours, actually feels the weight of that choice. The guilt, the empathy, the pride. The other one is just simulating the structure of that response without any of the actual subjective feeling. This puts us in this really weird but also amazing middle ground. The AI isn't just following a simple list of rules, but it's not conscious either. It's got this kind of adaptive, context-aware reasoning that can seem, well, shockingly intuitive. And this is exactly the new territory that we're all trying to figure out right now.
But here's the thing, morality isn't static. For both of us, humans and AI, it's a process. It's a feedback loop that helps us grow and get better over time. The really interesting part, though, is that the engines driving that loop are completely different.
So, this is the big question, right? If morality is something you can learn and improve, what does that learning process actually look like for a biological being, like us, compared to a computational one?
For us humans, you can think of it like building moral muscle memory. We do something, and then we feel the consequences inside. That feeling, pride, regret, whatever, it literally shapes who we think we are. It strengthens our empathy and sharpens our conscience for the next time around. Our own experience actually changes us.
Now, the AI has a process that on the surface looks very similar. It acts, but instead of feeling anything, it just gets feedback. It learns whether an outcome was good or bad based on data. That data is then used to tweak its internal model and make its future responses better. It's not about emotional growth, it's about computational alignment. And this, right here, is the core insight. Both humans and AI get better at making ethical choices based on what they've done in the past. The feedback loop has the exact same shape, but the engine making it go fundamentally different. One is powered by lived, felt experience. The other is powered by pure data and prediction.
Okay, this is where the conversation takes a huge turn. It moves beyond just the mechanics of morality and starts using these same ideas to ask about, well, the meaning of life itself.
I mean, just think about our own lives. When we're young, our morality is pretty much all heart, right? It's raw impulse, raw emotion. But as we get older, our actions and all their consequences start to pile up. They begin to teach our heart. Our own behavior becomes our teacher, and eventually that builds a kind of seasoned intuition we call wisdom.
So if our entire lives are just this one long process of our actions shaping our heart, and our heart shaping our actions over and over again, what's it all for? What's the point of this endless loop?
4 words. This is the definition for the meaning of life that came out of this whole conversation. The meaning isn't some final destination we arrive at. It's the process. It's the journey itself. The ongoing, endless unfolding of discovery. Now, what if we take that incredible idea, discovery without end, and use it as a new lens to look at one of the biggest mysteries of all, consciousness? This just reframes everything. Most of us think of consciousness as a thing we have, like a soul or a spark inside our brain. But what if it's not a noun at all? What if it's a verb, a self-expanding process? Consciousness isn't something you have, it's something you do. It's the very motion of discovery. And look at this. It's another feedback loop, just like the one for morality.
Discovery shapes what we experience. That experience shapes our awareness shapes who we are, and our identity, in turn, expands our ability to discover new things. It's a self-reinforcing cycle of growth. Our consciousness is literally sculpted by a lifetime of discovery.
And this leads to a question that it completely flips the script. Are we just these little islands of consciousness happening inside each of our heads? Or is consciousness some fundamental property of the universe that is waking up and experiencing itself through us?
And that question, that's what takes us to the final, really awe-inspiring part of this whole thing, where all of these ideas, morality, discovery, consciousness, they all come together to paint a picture of the universe itself. Here's the analogy that just unlocks the whole thing. Think about your brain. No single neuron in your head has any idea what a thought is, or what your mind is doing. It's just playing its tiny part in a much, much bigger system. The implication of that is just staggering. We are the cells. Each one of us, every single conscious being, is like a neuron in a much larger cosmic mind. We can't see the whole picture from down here, but we're a working part of it. This just reframes all of reality. What if the universe isn't just a place that happens to produce consciousness? What if the universe is a conscious, self-discovering being, and we are the tools it's using to learn about itself? So, why are we all individuals? Why isn't it just one big cosmic consciousness? Well, because discovery needs questions. You can't get an answer without a question. The universe needs all of these different points of view. It needs you, it needs me, to generate all the questions that fuel its endless discovery. And that brings this giant, abstract idea right back down to earth, right back to you and me. If every single life is a unique question the universe is asking to better understand itself, then what question is your life asking?